Home Measurement Fundamentals is brought to you by the Winston-Salem Regional Association of Realtors and Piedmont Federal Savings Bank. Any discussion of a home starts with two fundamental questions. The first, of course, is, where is it? That question is always closely followed by, how large is it? As you probably know, that's a really important question, and it's the subject of this video series. There are 5 videos overall, with this video tackling the details of what space or square footage should be included. The remaining 4 videos show you how to apply what you will learn in this video to homes of varied construction and architectural styles. There are a number of fundamentals that will impact your work in measuring any home regardless of its style. Let's get started. The valuation of a residential property is directly impacted by the size of the house. Potential homeowners make decisions based on the sizes of homes they are considering. An inaccurate home measurement can lead to a valuation that is wrong and to incorrect decisions being made by potential homeowners who rely on those measurements. No one wants that, of course. Calculating the accurate size of a home requires a disciplined and technical process. The size or portion of a home that matters most is its living area. This is sometimes called heated living area or heated square footage. A clear understanding of what is and is not included within the living area of a home is critical. The living area of a home is the space that will be occupied by the homeowner. As you've probably guessed, the living area does not include all of the space that is under the roof of the home. First off, the living area must be heated with a permanently installed heating system that makes the space suitable for living year-round. Neither a portable heater nor a fireplace is considered permanent heating sources. In addition, the living area must be finished with walls painted and floors covered. The living area must also have a ceiling height of at least 7 feet, except under beams and ducts where the ceiling height must be at least 6 feet 4 inches. When a room has sloped ceilings, such as those often found in bonus rooms and finished attic spaces, the area of a room with a ceiling height of at least 5 feet can be included in the living area of the home, so long as at least half of the room's square footage has a ceiling height of at least 7 feet. The living area must also be directly accessible from other living areas via a doorway, heated hallway, or stairway. If a space within the home is heated, finished, and directly accessible from other living areas, it counts as a living area, and its square footage is included. Questions sometimes arise regarding whether to include a number of special areas and architectural spaces within the living space of the home. Let's run through a number of those now. Assuming that these spaces meet the criteria of heated, finished, and directly accessible from other living areas, then the following spaces can be included within the living area of the home. Attics. Again, if they meet the living area criteria, then they do count. But keep in mind the ceiling height requirements we mentioned earlier. Also, be sure to note that this space is in the attic in the listing notes for the home. Many attics will not meet the living area requirements, but some will. Basements. Remember that the space must be finished. And again, keep the ceiling height requirements in mind, as well as the need to be directly accessible from other living areas of the home. If the basement is included in living space, make note that the space is below grade or is a basement space. Bay window areas. If the space has a finished floor and ceiling height of at least 7 feet, it counts as living area. Bonus rooms, also called finished rooms over the garage, they count. Just keep the ceiling height requirements in mind. Chimney. The space for the chimney base counts as living area if it is located inside the living area. If the chimney base is outside of the living area, then it does not count. If the hearth is included inside the living area, then include the space for the hearth. Stairs. If the stairs connect living area spaces, include the area of the stairs with the area of the floor from which the stairs descend. If the opening for the stairway exceeds the length and width of the stairway, subtract the excess space from the upper floor and include it with the lower floor, regardless of the ceiling height under the stairs. Furnace and mechanical rooms. For simplicity, if these spaces are located within the living area of the home, they are included even if the living area criteria are not met. Hallways, closets, dormers, offices, storage rooms, and laundry rooms, they're all included if they meet the living area criteria. Spaces within the home that do not meet the living area criteria should not be included within the square footage of the living area, but should be mentioned in the listing data for the home. These would include areas such as unfinished basements, unfinished attics, and unfinished bonus rooms. Decks, balconies, porches, garages, and carports should not be included in finished or unfinished area calculations for the home, but are noted for information purposes. At this point, you have a good idea of what should and should not be included in the living area of the home. Let's take a look at the tools you will use. You will need a few things to complete a home measurement project, including a 100-foot tape measure, a 30-foot retractable tape measure, some graph paper. 10 square graph paper is best where 10 by 10 squares equal an inch, a camera, you can use the one on your phone of course, and a clipboard. A laser distance meter is also helpful and can speed up the process, especially with interior measurements. Homes are measured in feet and tenths of a foot rather than feet and inches, so it is best to get a 100-foot tape with increments in tenths of a foot. Or you can simply convert your measurements into tenths of a foot using conversion tables which can be found online. You may also want to have a screwdriver with you. More on that in a later video. There are apps and software that can be used to aid the measurement process, and many of them are quite good. For our purposes here, we will be demonstrating the measurement and calculation of home spaces without apps or software. If you know how to do the work without those aids, you will be much more proficient if you choose to incorporate those apps into your process. Either way, you'll be doing the measurements manually and thinking through what areas count as living area and what areas do not. In the next video in the Home Measurement Fundamentals series, we'll take what we have learned and use it to measure a ranch-style home with a basement. We'll pay particular attention to the overall process used to correctly measure a home. Later videos in this series will demonstrate the measurement of split-level, 1 and 1.5 story, and 2-story homes. We encourage you to watch all 5 of the videos in the Home Measurement Fundamentals series to develop a full understanding of the process used for accurate results. Home Measurement Fundamentals is brought to you by the Winston-Salem Regional Association of Realtors and Piedmont Federal Savings Bank. Live local, bank local.